Hello.
Oh. So it's...
That's such a cute intro.
Thank you.
Yeah. I hate to immediately give you anxiety, Ken, but as it happens, I just noticed a mistake. Just a relic from editing.
What?
So when we were originally putting in the placeholders, you know how we have the old assets?
Oh, no,
in front of
they're
all
supposed
of our...
to be there. They're supposed to be there.
Oh, is there supposed to be secretly Vesta in the background?
There's also Reggie in the background.
Oh,
Okay.
Apparently we run a tight fucking ship because we were like edit to out to on stream and nothing's fallen apart so far.
Yeah.
Which is surprising given our brand, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
made it a personal challenge to make it as seamless as possible so that when you give me a thumbnail, I can put it in the video, export it, and get it out the freaking door as fast as possible.
We're an efficient operation.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, welcome back. We took a little break after doing our session 0, and now we're on session 1 of our whole shebang. We got new PCs, we got new NPCs, we got a new situation. And speaking of new things, why don't we do something that we haven't done before and throw everybody here for a massive loop? We're going to do a little prologue, a little preamble, a little tonal setup, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I have the clipboard. It has things on it. It's a 2-part clipboard. There's 2 parts to the clipboard. The physical clipboard is 1 part, but I did a thing. So I'm gonna have a first chunk of clipboard, and then you guys are gonna be basically jumping into like super stripped down PCs with names and very little other info. We're gonna jump right into it. There's gonna be a whole thing. Do you guys feel comfortable with that? Like if I tell you, like, you are blah, pick a person, blah, cool,
Sure.
blah, and then we run?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
It should just be for like a couple minutes to bring us into the energy, but yeah.
Sounds good.
Is there any other cold open we should get through before we do the whole...
I would like to introduce my friend. His name is Warbles.
Sweet boy!
And he will be making guest appearances on this show. He doesn't appear very well on camera because he is entirely black. So you can't even see his little beady eyes and you can barely make out his beak.
We can't see Warbles.
Exactly. He's...
No, like
We can see
legitimately,
you.
all we see is a blank plate.
Oh,
I see a dark...
That's probably an error with my screen share.
I see a dark splotch, and I see a little bit of bird. Granted, I'm watching on Twitch.
I just screwed up everything. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah. No. I just killed everyone. I killed everything. I ruined it all. It's all dead. I can't hear anyone. Oh dear God, what have I done? What chaos have I wrought upon our society? Hello, people? Anyone? Bueller? Oh, God. Let me just actually hide their cameras for a second. I broke everything. I have nothing. Alright. I'm gonna try disconnecting and then joining the call again. Do I have something? I can see people lighting up, but I don't get any camera or video. It says RTC connecting. I have internet. I don't understand. Oh God. Discord has established a secure connection for your real-time communication server and is attempting to send data. What I'm hearing right now is that it's failing horribly. Alright, let's see if I can connect to something. I cannot connect to anything. Oh my god, how did I make this so jank? How did I screw this up? Oh god. Is Discord working? Damn it. Alright. It's just not connecting. Okay. Alright, what does RTC connecting on Discord mean? Why have I broken everything? Okay. Alright. Alright. You know what? If Discord is the thing that's going to be problematic, I'm going to quit Discord. I'm going to move to TeamSpeak and instead use that. Because failure is always an option. Okay, so that's going. Hey!
Oh, we got a Ken.
Hey!
got
I had to
Ken. Oh, thank
restart
God.
Discord completely. There
Okay.
we go.
It's
Hey.
I think we were hitting the bottom of the barrel.
Well, I mean, you were
Nah.
vamping, but like, there was nothing to vamp about. Like, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't see you. There was nothing. Nothing.
I'm just desperately hoping that for the last little while that something has been audible for somebody.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what-
Me and Chelsea have been talking about the Jonas Brothers and
Of course.
which teenage president would be.
Teenage-
Anyways, we were
like
doing a
Landor.
whole. Why don't I just?
Should we get started? Like actually?
Yeah, this.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, Warble. Warble. Who's?
Who's Warble?
This is Warbles.
Oh.
You son of! I thought you got a real ass bird. I was really excited to see a real ass bird, and I was so happy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out and buy a pet crow for a bit in a campaign. Like,
I didn't think it was
first
a bit.
session,
I
my
thought
character dies. Well, Warbles, guess it's out the window with you. Like,
It's when you got to do the
God.
genius play and do like a big reveal right at a really convenient time. Like,
true.
we had been working on the 3-camera setup for ages, and then it was like, oh, it's the coronavirus, and we're almost done this stuff. And we need to be in 3 locations now, so
so we have 3 cameras. Hey.
we were so close to having a full new setup back at Ken's for when we were filming, and then it's like, well, I guess this is the boat now. This is where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our lives now. But yeah,
Yeah.
The city used to be the center of the world, you know?
yeah.
West Watch, the gem overlooking the western seas. The capital of Old Prosdock, shattered and fallen. It'll be 25 years since the war soon. The war that existed to purge and slaughter the other. The war to make the world beautiful. Midrun gets paid to rot. Forks to Delta, span of degeneracy. Beasts in the streets, virtue signaling, post-war prostration. Crack old land at least cares for heritage and pride, even if the furries still walk the streets. Their country still belongs to them. West March is the greatest tragedy. Ugh. We seal our borders and build a kingdom on history and traditional values, and we're monsters. Hated by the world, dark magic conspirators rotting us from within. We will find them. Welcome to the prologue. 80s music.
Those damn furries.
Those damn furries walking the streets like they own the place.
All right,
make it happen.
we are in West Watch. We've got the synth drums with the. We're in the guardhouse here with Boys Squadron. You guys are getting out of the shower. Things are homoerotically homophobic. We got like butt slaps and towel plaps. You guys are all getting together when Sarge bursts in. Looks at you guys and goes, all right, it's 2:55, almost 3 p.m. shift start, 5 minutes, let's go. And he looks directly at the camera and goes, like, points and goes, obedience is an optional. Tagline.
Virginity is cool.
Two of your fellow
Say
comrades are the first to start jumping into action, getting ready. They're the first ones to jump up first. Booker and Boots. Booker looks at you and goes, all right, let's go. Points at the camera. Cuff 'em, boys. Boots then goes together. Boots laced up. Weapons on hold. Looks at the camera. My fist is the law. We got 3 guard sonas for you guys to take up. Joker, we got Joker, Chud, and Turf.
Oh, I want Chud.
Damn it.
All 3 of these taglines are yikes. Do you want to know before or after they belong to you?
Oh, 100% after.
100% after.
Chud.
All right, so we got Chud. Who's Joker?
Who do you want, Chelsea? Do you want Joker or Turf?
I want Turf.
Okay, I'll be Joker then.
All right, so you guys are going through the guard room. Booker and Boots are always ahead of you, so you're getting your stuff on. You go, whoonk, guard chain. You have the tabard, the appropriate colors. You grab your weapons. You've got your guard light crossbow. You've got your dagger in your belt. You've got your arming sword. You grab your halberds, and you're getting ready to go. Everything's tightened. Your boots are ready. Who's first on the scene?
Oh, Joker. Obviously. He needs to be the one to make the joke.
All right, Joker's the one who's ready and goes, ha! Beat the other 2 lamos, right? Points to the camera and go, manage my emotions or face violence. Who's next?
Chud! Pick me!
So you get together, you take a little bit longer, and you fasten your helmet over your dwarven tech goggles that you've tuned together. You go, ha! Criminals are scientifically evil. Last but not least, you have Turf getting together, everything loose, pack off kilter, like the flap half open, going, oh, trying to get all the books in. Sarge comes up and goes, all right, rookie, get it together. Let's straighten up those straps. Turf goes, I'm sorry, I'm new to this. Point to the camera, I'm the only true expert. And then there's me and the boys are gonna make it today. You guys go down the spiral staircase, down the guard tower. You go down to the base where there's the wagon shed. Sarge and Joker are at the head. So Sarge gets up, he's the driver. He gets you alongside riding shotgun. There's a pair of doors on either side, and then it's sort of like a wagon in the back with bars, but ahead of that, there's doors on either side for the rest of you to jump in, so it seats 6. It's a big thing with a bunch of horses at the front. There's a clack, the doors open, and you're out on the streets of West Watch. You skid to the side, you don't think you hit anyone, and then you're out on the road. You guys are looking to find out if there's any trouble out on the streets.
Gotta find that trouble.
Oh boy, lock and load, boys.
Gotta prove to the boys that I am the best.
Yes. Because right now you're not. You're the worst.
And everyone knows I'm the best.
Yeah,
All right.
well, obviously you're the best.
So inside, everyone's
No one can
polishing
talk
up
to
your
you.
weapons. You're getting everything ready. Joker, you're on the outside. You're looking out. Your shotgun for Sarge, and you go, and you see something. I think there's a disturbance. People running. There might be trouble. There's a whack, and Sarge goes off. Me and the boys are gonna make it today. You guys skid. You go down the street, hit a corner. This time you definitely hit someone. They look like a loser anyways. Me and the boys. You skitter down an incline and then around a corner. And then that's when you see it. Outside of a tavern, there's a tavern wench. Big emphasis, capital W. An elf-born, blonde, tits, everything going, oh, this horrible man, get him away from me. And there's a dwarf sitting there squatting drunk going, hey. Looks like it's you on the scene. What are we gonna do, boys?
Get him, rookie!
Get him!
I give you
start running.
my stick. My beaten stick.
I take that beaten stick and oh man, here we go.
All right. Me and the boys are gonna make it today. You grab the stick, you burst out. Everyone else gets together, go, get on the ground, everyone shut the fuck up, everyone nobody move, get the fuck down. You've got all your crossbows, you're holding people down. Me and the boys. You get there, you whack the dude on the back of the leg. He yelps, and then you start grabbing him, you drag him by the beard. Me and the boys. You open it up. Booker and Boots come in. Boots kneels on him, he starts yelling. Booker cuffs him and they throw him in the back. Me and the boys are gonna make it today. And you've served up justice. There's a whack. Well, the back of the wagon isn't empty, boys. Sarge turns back towards you. So boys. Where are we going? There's gotta be trouble somewhere.
The docks! There's always trouble at the docks. It's scientifically proven that sailors are the worst type of people.
Sailors. We need to know something about sailors. Chud, the scientist. Turf, the expert. What do you know about sailors?
They're the worst.
Right? You can always tell. It's scientifically proven that when people swear, it means that they have crime in them. And sailors swear a lot.
That sounds about right. Let's go looking for sailors saying illegal words. What can we arrest them with? There's got to be some kind of crime in the book.
Public indecency.
Maybe gross degeneracy? Aha! There we go. Heresy. That'll be the one. We ready to roll?
Hell yeah!
All right then. Let's go. And you go down the street. Me and the boys are gonna make it today. You skid around another corner. There's a bunch of people who jump to the side. You hit a fruit cart and you see someone running back to pick them up. And then suddenly you hear, help, help, shoplifter. Sarge looks at you. Joker, think it's siren time.
Oh yeah.
So you put on your coolest face possible. You clamber awkwardly onto the top of the wagon. You're on top of this crank thing. And it's and you're really just going into it as you start going down the street. You skid around a corner. You've got electric guitar. And then suddenly you get into the market square. You know a thief when you see one. There's a thief in the middle of the market square. Shoplifter. You think you know who it is?
Stop, thief!
Sarge goes, wait, we need a tactical plan before we go into action.
A warning shot?
You're right. Let's do it. And Sarge goes and fires a shot off into the distance. It goes into a window and there's a splat, you think. Oh, dang it. He's running away as the thief starts to run off into the market square. You start running forward and then you skitter around a corner and then there we go. You see him dive into an alleyway. You're there and he's stuck against a fence. We've cornered him. But then you look around. There's more filthy criminals about. There's 6 of you, and 2 of them. You might be outnumbered. What are you gonna do?
We're surrounded, boys! Call for backup!
Well, man, looks like we're
get up
gonna
on top
earn
of the
our
cart.
pay.
I get up on top of the cart and yell, back up!
Alright, so you run back to the cart to get up and call for backup. The rest of you close in. You quickly start, hitting people with the butts of the crossbows, slamming them against the wall. And then suddenly you look around. Which one were you again, Gabe?
I'm Chud.
Chud's gone. You see broken dwarvish glasses on the ground. And ahead of them, a couple of vile criminals. You know the type. Not just your everyday street thugs. These are big-timers, organized criminals. Possibly even terrorists.
They've got Chud.
They've got Chud.
Tell my wife and girlfriend I love them.
You don't have one of those.
You might be outnumbered even worse than before. You see 3 of them. A human with a crossbow. Some poor girl from Redwine Keep far from home. You see another one, a darkling. Some scheming creature. And the last one, powerful. One of the demon kindred with some mechanical contraption. You might not make it out of this alive. Part 2.
Oh boy!
You
This
love
city
that
used to be
bit
this-
way too much. You love that bit so much.
It has been the punchline to a joke that doesn't exist for months, and it's just been festering with no outlet at all.
That's
I'm
Chud.
glad to have it out of my system. I needed to get that energy out.
Yeah, that looks like Chud.
This city used to be the center of the world, you know? Westwatch, the gem overlooking the western seas, the capital of old Prozdock. Now shattered and fallen. It'll be 25 years since the war soon. The war that existed to purge and slaughter the other. The war to make the world beautiful. And everyone knows the lie. They value distancing, reform, rebuilding. I hear a Church of Skrid is even opening up in Forks. Rockhold land is more grim. Petty change to appease traders, but deep-rooted seats of power from before the war still remain. Westmarch is the greatest tragedy. The war never ended here. They just built walls, a playground for war criminals. But we will find them. Welcome to Bloodwine. You guys were genuinely just walking down the street. You've got other business to attend to in the city. Like, you were going to go check out the market, and you just saw some guards run down, outnumbering a couple of, they look like teens, maybe even kids, running off into a corner. You just sort of like scared off one of them who just ran away from the wagon. You can see that there's a bunch of guards there, but they all seem to be like, you know, the type. They're asserting a lot, but they don't have a lot to back it up. They're sitting there holding some kids to the ground, yelling obscenities at them. What do you do?
Well, that's certainly not
beans.
appropriate.
I can't really draw attention to myself. I think the first thing that I would do is try to cover my face and walk away.
So as you guys take a moment to assess the situation, and you're going to cover your face, and you turn around and you see them look and go, criminals? Spies? Terrorists? You!
No,
What
that
are you
seems to be
doing
the
here?
problem. That seems to be the problem, officer.
Are you obstructing justice?
I don't think so.
What do you mean when you say that?
I don't know. Hey, Jane, are we obstructing? I don't think we're obstructing nothing. I was just picking up some powder and.
Oh man, says with going like this.
I
Oh,
certainly
okay,
don't
then.
think that we've done anything wrong.
So there's a middle-aged human with a pot belly who walks up to you like close-cropped head, like a perfect flat top. Guy, you think the guy might have actually had a beer sometime before work. He walks up to you and goes, "So, you here to start trouble?"
No,
No.
sir.
We're heading to market.
You're not cornering us in an alley for any... You're not with them, are you?
We are a good, solid couple steps away from the alley.
At this point, there's some people who have come around. There's a number of passersby who have sort of gathered in a circle. That being said, you're on the docks, and people are kind of on your side. They just saw you basically intervene when a bunch of guards went to harass the neighbor's kid and your aunt's nephew, kind of thing. They start coming out, kind of going, "Yeah, what?" And then two of them come out. There's one guy who's got these big, worn-down brown boots coming, going, "Okay, hold up, okay, easy." He does that, hey, thing with the big puffing out chest, trying to get people away. What are you doing here? They start kind of moving towards the crowd and making their way off of the kids. That being said, they're drawing their attention to you.
Well, it's been fun, but I think we should be going.
Croquill, you don't see anything. Like, anything important has been mumbled to you if it's absolutely integral. But you're paying attention to different information here. You can tell that a lot of people are coming around. You can hear sort of the little shreds of conversation. There's people saying, like, that's the neighbor's kid. Isn't that your aunt's nephew? Like, oh, jeez, who... Did they ship these people from out of town? I've never seen these people. Hey, hold on. What's going on here? And the crowd starts to gather closer and closer. You hear in the distance one of the guards kind of mumbling, like, I think we need to get out of here. I can't take another complaint.
Now, excuse me for a moment, but did he do anything? Why are you harassing that boy?
We were told that there was somebody shoplifting around here.
And has he shoplifted? Like, look at him. He barely has anything on him.
In the gaps between your words and the guards, you hear the crowd kind of go quiet. The guards get off of him and give the guy his belt back. The younger kid was sort of like not in the middle of being searched. The younger kid just kind of like gets ushered away. Yeah, no stolen merchandise. Looks like there's nothing here to see. You kids are good to go home. Disperse. There's nothing to see here. We will have no illegal gatherings. And they start like moving back to the wagon. They're letting the kids go. Remember, stay safe. Obey civil protocols. And if you see any suspicious activity, report to your local. And they're already cracking and they're out of there.
Well, good job, team. I think that was handled pretty well.
Me and the boys were saving the day.
We really shouldn't be bringing so much attention to ourselves when we're in town like this.
It'll be fine.
They pushed us
Not
into
like
the
anybody
corner. What
remembers
were we
that face.
supposed to do? I don't know what to do in that situation. The guard just comes up to me asking me questions. Shit, I just answered.
So you guys are close to the docks. You know that your ship is moored up by the docks. The normal dock crew should all be there. In the session 0, I think somebody said they were willing to have an apartment.
I believe that was Jane.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a triangular situation where it's like you can get to the apartment in the same time you can get to the docks, and it'll take it twice as long for you to go from A to B. Where you are right now, the older kid seems to be fine, seems to be interested in the younger kid. The younger kid's sort of looking down and seems to have, like, superficially nothing, but you see that the kid's, like, really supporting the arm. Kid's starting to cry a little bit. He goes, I think it's broken.
Pshaw, let me come take a look at it.
Hold on, no. And the kid, like, clamps shut. Like, no, don't.
Okay.
And, the older kid gets the way, and he goes, I don't think we have enough money to go to the doctor. I think we can ask around, but...
Oh, come on now. We got a medic in our crew.
Are you sure? Like, we things are kind of bad right now. I don't know if we can...
Well, I mean...
Do we have a doctor?
I don't know. Assuming.
Rutger knows something.
I was going to say Rutger probably. Yeah.
Yeah, Rutger. Yeah, come on down. Easy peasy. No worries. I mean, you don't have to. I'm not going to twist your arm or nothing.
Well, I would highly recommend against twisting his arm at this current point.
At this point, there's still a couple of people around, and the older kid looks, a knowing look when you see one, to a couple of other adults in earshot going, where are we going?
Oh, what pier are we at?
The kid interrupts and goes, I don't want you doing anything to me on a boat, no matter how good of a doctor you are. Are you kidding me?
No, well, No, well, the medic will come off the boat. I just want to make sure their arm's not broken.
I mean, we can't do that. It has to be illegal in the middle of the docks. And a couple of the adults kind of look around like, you might actually want, is there a place? Croquill, you hear people in the distance kind of muttering like, I feel bad whoever does that. Like, the guards wouldn't want people knowing about that. They might start asking questions.
Ooh.
Is it all of a sudden
Those got
illegal to
plates.
help people around here?
I mean, his arm's probably fine. Maybe we should just...
Jane's got a place. Here, come on. Take it there.
Okay. Sure.
Hey, can your bird go get Rooker? Or...
I'd really advise against sending Warbles away when we're in the middle of a town. I sort of need him a lot in situations like this.
All right, I guess I'll. You go, Jane. Take the kid. I'll go get Rooker.
There's a couple of there's two of the local adults that show up. One of them, like an older adult, like maybe 60s, 70s. The other one, someone probably on break, like a 20-something in worker's garb. They're both sort of there, like, if you know that the worker goes like, I can run to the pier. I know the piers if you know the number. The older woman just goes like, I'll go with you to keep an eye on the kids.
Pier 7.
The guy nods and runs off towards the piers.
Ooh, those high numbers.
So you sneak your way through the streets and across a few alleys. You see the same wagon coming down the street. You quickly sort of just look at things in a different direction. You face some of you like towards, some of you just kind of half obscured as they go by, and then you keep walking. Before a little while, you're near what looks like a sandwich shop. The sandwich shop is boarded up, though. It's long since been closed. There's a stairway that goes up to the second floor, which is where the apartment is.
Okay, yeah.
It's super narrow, like walking sideways narrow. What order are you coming up in?
I'll go first.
You have the key.
Yeah. It's my apartment.
But yeah, I'll take up the rear, just in case.
Yeah, I'm fine going in the middle.
All right, so the three of you come up in that sort of order. The kids are behind you, and so you're in the middle, right, Croquill?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't hear much. There's creaking on every side of you. You're kind of just walking. It's really not a position where you have an advantage here. At the head of the group, Jane, you go and for a second, you think you hear something on the other side. A place like this, especially in Westwatch, if someone else doesn't live here, you can't get away with having an address, but you need one for mailing or something. So you have someone that you're basically under the table subletting from. It might be them. Someone might be in this apartment. There's some sort of shuffling.
I don't know. Maybe we should be here right now.
Oh, come, let me through.
Okay.
So you sort of shoof. There's sort of squawk, and then you get up there, and you like quietly on the other side of the door. You hear like, and like a shuffling, and you open it up, and there's someone kind of like halfway behind a doorway, like, hey, and then they look down at the coffee table, and it's like they're mortified, and you see like a bathrobe. They're just kind of like really conspicuously a certain portion of the way through the doorway. I'm sorry, I don't think I know. How do you have a key?
I'll give you a minute. And I slam the door shut. And I count exactly 60 seconds. And then I open the door again.
So during that time, you're like, there's a clanging, there's some papers folding, and then, no, that was the best one! And then, like, after a little while, it doesn't take long for the cleanup to be done, but someone going off in the distance, there's some kind of hushed conversation. hear something like, I don't know. And then right as you open the door, you see two people in the middle of an argument, and they're kind of like, hey. So, Jane, you see you made an agreement to be quote-unquote roommate for the postal address, and some dude you don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't be long. We just want to make sure this kid's arm ain't fucked up. Won't take a second.
Kid's arm? Wait, what happened? And you guys start to come in, they clear some space. There's like a little sofa that should do. You start to sit the kid down. For too long, they realize that this isn't like a, oh man, my friend's been shot by a gang kind of situation. They're starting to be kind of like a, wow, this is an imposition, but okay. They go out, I think we going into other rooms, getting like blankets, like they don't know what they're doing, so they're like, we have bed sheets. There's a hockey stick.
No. Just go with whatever you're doing. We're just apparently you don't want to be loitering at the docks, so.
So you're sitting there while the kid's kind of just like looking around at everything, not really crying much anymore, kind of used to it, just really supporting the arm a lot, sunken into the couch.
So, to see the model of crossbows they were carrying? Ooh, a couple years out of date, won't you say?
Definitely. Sure.
Yeah. What are they paying these guys for, you know?
Beat up kids, apparently.
I guess.
Before too long, you hear like a... And then there's a like rough-looking dockside dog on like with the sort of trailing behind, not being held by anyone leash. The dog comes up, and the dog's of a very specific age where you can like, oh, puppy, oh no. Okay, easy. And the dog like jumps, pushes, and then lands back, circles, and then kind of goes down to play. And you're like, and you hear, okay, sorry, let me. And the guy comes and I have dog. Hi, sorry. Hey, son, do you want to take a look? Like,
oh yeah, I got it. And I grabbed the leash.
So, like, the guy looks around, and he just freezes, and he looks at everyone, and he goes, like, I don't know if I want to practice with everyone. No, like, is it cool? Like, I can't do the thing with the two arms good like everyone else.
Oh, are we cool? I look at the two people there. Are you cool? How many arms is good? You know, would you say?
I just need you to run interference, okay? Just someone on the kid, keep the kid distracted like it's a pain thing. Someone else on everyone else so that they're not looking too close, okay? I don't think I'm going to fuck up, but in case I do, I just want to... We good? And he looks over and he's like, we good? And across the room, like in the middle of being petted, Bilgy just looks at you guys and nods. Gets back to being petted.
Okay.
You see that Bilgy is actually fully part of the plan. Bilgy has got like the older aunt and the nephew both like, oh man. Meanwhile, you guys still have the apartment, like the roommate and a boyfriend. You don't know. You see that there's a porn mag that's been like hastily shoved underneath the coffee table. And then there's the kid.
Okay, I'll go to the roommate and the boyfriend.
I'll handle the kid.
All right, I will stand guard and supervise.
All right, so Bilgy is doing a good job keeping two of them entertained. What are you doing to keep the roommate and boyfriend entertained?
So I'm gonna walk so that so they're facing away from the kid. So like I'm beside them, but they're facing away. I'll be like, oh hey, so like how are things going these days? Like, who's this? What's your name? Why are you here?
So, why are you on my couch?
Yeah, this is my boyfriend. And you look over and you see Rooker working, the arms being immobilized. And you see, obviously, he's already starting to slip up. There's like an additional human arm coming out the side as he's going like with one hand to keep like reassuring the kid, the other hand lower on the brake, the other one higher on the shoulder. So interference. How are you doing that, Croquill?
Oh, I'm mostly just distracting the kid with a performance. Like, I'm mostly just, like, taking a small, like, thing and just being like, okay, so, by the time I finish this trick, you will be completely healed up. And just kind of, like, sparky, like, putting up sparks and, like, doing fancy magic. And mixing in a little bit of ritual in there. To sort of just kind of be like, focus on me, kid.
All right, so you come in close. You aren't sure where you are in the room. You can hear directions to people talking, but you don't. You just can't do line of sight. So you're sitting nearby. You know the kid's next to you, so you're doing this because it doesn't matter. The kid's looking at you. You don't really know what's happening with Rooker, but the kid seems to be doing okay. Meanwhile, though, well, Bilgy's distracted. The older woman looks up and goes, "I'm sorry, I just want to make sure, do you have any?" And she's basically like the opposite of what Jane is doing with the roommate and the boyfriend. Like, she is looking towards the scene going, "You wouldn't happen to have tea or..."
Tea. Yeah. Come on in.
And as you're going, like, come on, she like goes and like taps your arm, not in like a knowing way, but very much in like an overbearing, like, "Well, I mean, before, I know there's all the new embargoes, but I remember back when we had a tea and it was made of an herb, and I hear that sometimes they have it, but they're not always, because it has to be, there's something about it being seized from ship." And you can hear the shuffling of obviously multiple limbs working behind you.
Let me. Why don't we come into the? Why don't we all gather in the kitchen sort of area?
Oh, of course. And you usher the older woman forward while the nephew is like entranced with the dog. Before too long, there's a sling put up. And Rutger just gets up, puts his hands in his pockets where they can't do any harm, and goes, "Okay, I think we're all done. You did very good today. We're very brave."
Then I just finish it up with, "See, all done."
All right. Okay. Well.
Okay, build. And it's like this little routine. They've done this before. It's to keep up the act. Bilgy kind of like thinks it's a play, jumps across the room. Rooker like leans and then fails to and then gets the leash and then brings it close and goes, okay, let's go. Sorry, too much energy. I think he has to pee. We really need to go.
Yeah, all right. Well, bye, folks. Keep the weight off that arm. You only got 3 others.
So as everybody starts to file out, the kid's there, the older kid's there, the aunt's there, everyone else is gone. It's mostly everyone filing out. The last people who are in there, it's you, Jane, and the 2 roommates, and the roommate that you're actually like, leasing from just comes back to you and goes, I guess this stuff is fine, just maybe knock. I don't... He was masturbating. And, I understand because it was, but anyways, so how's the sea life? How's things out there?
Well, not a lot of room to masturbate in peace, I'll tell you that.
I think they're talking to you. Out there.
I say from the doorway.
This is so cramped that like you can communicate through walls. Like,
okay. I'm like, yeah, no, it's great. It was kind of a surprise to me too. I didn't think we were going to be coming here. It was kind of last minute sort of thing. So yeah. Anyway, you tell him to continue on, I guess. Talk to you later.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have to. We should catch up a different time, maybe.
Yeah.
Send me a letter. Send me. Yeah. And the door closes. Crowquill, you're sort of like ushered out. You're near the edge of the door frame because people are moving, and it's better to just be out of the way. And right after it closes, sickeningly, you hear like, "Oh man, that was kind of interesting. Almost being caught." And you go down the stairs, and you're back out onto the street.
At that, Crowquill's just going to kind of go, and just kind of going, for a while. Like pretty much all the way down the stairs until we're out of the building.
All right, so you kind of just like, and almost like as you get at the bottom of the stairs and tap onto the stone again, it's like taking off a cloak of Swick, and you're kind of huddled with the rest of the group as everyone's walking. Quietly, you hear Rutger like going, "So, you find the job?"
Well, we found trouble. That sometimes leads to a job.
And we solved it.
Anyway, yeah.
Networking. Better for resume if you call it networking.
Networking. Yes. No, we haven't found a job yet. I haven't really gotten the chance to look. We were kind of bombarded.
It's okay, good work is hard to find.
Gabe, have we lost Gabe? I think we lost Gabe.
Lost Gabe.
Oh?
I think we have lost Gabe.
Sometimes this happens.
Yep. Discord for phone is not the best. It's really not the best. And based on the technical difficulties we've had so far, not surprised it happened this stream.
Yep, it's on par.
Yep. But Will, if you want to be in frame, you just have to go all the way to your left. There we go. No, you're back.
Take it back now, y'all.
Fixed.
Gabe, can you hear me?
Okay. Continuing on.
Gabe, okay. Gabe, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
I can hear you.
So yeah, Rutger comes into you and he goes, I've been by the docks listening. I hear they have jobs with the port pass. If you can get the port pass, it means less guards in us, you know?
Yeah, that
you get to an intersection and you can see that like the piers are down by the end. And he goes, I go back to the ship. You look, come talk to people. The pressure starts to build as more people are walking back and forth.
Yeah, we'll look.
Yeah.
Head off.
We're on the case. You can count on us.
Rutger sort of nods, hands in pockets. You can see that he's holding the leash from inside a pocket as he and Bilgy sort of like wander back off towards the pier. You're a little ways from the market square, but you might not want to be at the dockside market quite yet. That being said, Westwatch is a huge city. This place used to be a downright metropolis before the war, but since then, really from their own doing, from a lot of like really restrictive policies, they cut down a lot of trade, a lot of traffic, a lot of interaction. They've had deals fall through, policies fall through. So really this place is people living here and like selling cheeses from the countryside. This place is very much a shabby husk of what it used to be.
All right, let's go look for some jobs on the job board.
Yeah. If people want jobs, they'll post them on the board.
Yep.
Are you going to go back to the dockside market or go elsewhere in town?
Dockside market.
Yeah, wherever the nearest job board would be.
So you walk back towards the market and get back in with the rest of the crowd. You can see that one of the guards from earlier is posted at the far end of the market, and you kind of have to dodge around the far side. Eventually, you wait until like there's a lumber wagon that gets in the right position, and quickly you skirt around and start looking through the jobs. These are the legal ones. They're not the only jobs you can find, but you need to go to specific people, and those are people that you might want to go talk to the rest of the people on the boat first for. It looks like a few bills for travelers, stuff like that. People sometimes come to your boat and like ask if you could do stuff for them. There's some basic stuff, and then you see it. You see what the rumors were about. 2 of these, and you can see that they're pasted, and there's something that directs you to like a box of flyers. There must be a lot of people going to pick up these jobs, and so you look back, it looks like the lumber wagon's almost unloaded. You don't have a lot of time, so you grab 2 of them, go back to the other side, and as it wanders off, you peer, you check, and the guard doesn't seem to have seen you. So there's 2 jobs that'll give you a port pass. One of them is for the rookeries. The other one is for some kind of project. It looks like it's a census commission.
Croquill is immediately drawn to the rookery.
It looks like this is...
birds. One of them's bad enough.
So you guys have been doing courier work for ages, not as your main gig, but it's a really easy way to just go, oh yeah, I'll pick up one, and blah, blah, blah. You put down your name, they know who you are, you build up a rep. So in particular, you guys have enough of a rep with the couriers that you could probably get this gig. There's a lot of these flyers because this one's competitive. These are some of the highest value packages and the highest security.
But you guys talk it over. I gotta go take a piss.
It wasn't me this time.
So what about the other job? Like, what's the details on the other job?
The other one, it looks like they're looking for people to ferry personnel and dry documents from port to port up the coast. It's working for a census commission.
Right.
That being said, as you're getting told this, you're kind of going like, what census commission? Since when's there been a census commission? Jane, as you're looking over, you see that there's a logo. It's not a government logo. This seems to be some kind of company.
Can I politics it?
Go for it.
Did Gabe ever get any dice?
Well, you have the spice tray of dice behind you.
That's true. Here, I'll go get some dice.
Pick out a good set. Really jealous of the spice tray of dice.
It ties the room together.
Yeah.
Really puts them on display. Really highlights the whole...
The aesthetic of our place.
Aesthetic. So just as you guys are looking at these high-profile jobs, there's all kinds of little ones that you can pick up if you're looking for that kind of stuff.
10 for politics on to identify that logo.
It's a bird of some sort. You remember hearing something about not taking jobs with chickadees, but this one looks like a cardinal of some sort. You don't recognize it, though. That being said, there's a seal lower down that says that it's like authorized by the government. So this must be a private contractor, but it's got to go through the official channels.
Okay. I shared that information with the group. My findings. Oh, there's the puppy.
We might want to see.
We have dog.
We have dog. Bilgy! See?
Maya is the opposite of Bilgy. Maya is very city and is like stark white.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. It was mostly the attitude of just run up and jump. Even though your first impression is to go, puppy! Not puppy.
Yeah.
So, Gabe, we have 2 jobs, big ones that have port passes. One of them for this private, like, government contract or census gig, and the other one for the rookeries. There's a bunch of other side jobs you can pick up as well.
Are they going to the same place?
So the two with the port pass are actually extended engagements. They're going to have you going all up and down the coast, which is why you're getting the pass.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so we couldn't do both at the same time.
Well, I still cast my vote for the rookery.
My vote's also for the rookery.
Sure, rookery's fine, I think.
Rather work for the rookeries in the government, you know?
Yeah.
So you open it up. Well, not you open it up, sorry. You go and you slide the other job back into the tray. You grab this one for reference and wander back to the boat. Unless you're thinking of picking up any other secondary jobs.
Yes. I'd like to do like additional jobs as we're doing this job.
What kind of job?
This is like we're working for the rookery kind of job. But then we're going to have additional jobs on the side.
I don't think we'll be able to find those additional jobs on the board.
No.
I think we might have to do a little bit more sneaking for those.
There are some you could find. Like, what kind of work are you looking for, transparently?
Smuggling.
Go and delivering arms.
Yeah. Moving stuff from one spot to another spot.
Sort of a ship to build for.
Yeah.
You see that there's a number of separate contracts that are saying, like, larger scale, like, come see to this trucking company for regular shipments from this port to this port, and you kind of go, no, you're out of these. There's nothing you're looking for, and so you head back to the ship. You see that Rooker's there, Bilgee's on the deck. Tiana and Kennedy are probably somewhere else. As you walk up, you see that, on top of a crate next to, like, your ship, Rooker sort of gestures, and you look, and there's another couple of pages that have been put down.
What do they say?
Yeah, we'll rifle through them.
So you look through one of them, you give it an immediate glance, and it goes like, I am a strong, potent adventurer looking for experience to help expand a resume, and you go, no, narc.
Did he say potent?
Potent is a interesting choice of words.
It's an adjective, we'll give it that.
You go to the next one, and it's 6 pallets of lemons. With this much, you need an insurance policy, and you look, and the pay minus the insurance you would need to get from the quartermaster literally makes it so that you would make like less than food off of this. You toss it to the side. One of them, it looks like it's a private contractor just trying to sell wares to a market up the river, up the coast northways. They just need someone to bring 1 pallet of miscellaneous goods there. You look at another one, a tailor who is moving, who's going to need space for, in really fancy handwriting, you see the phrase scant furniture.
Okay.
Ooh. That is not how a boat works, my friend.
You get to the last one, and you have mixed feelings because it's on really nice stock. It seems to be official letterhead. It seems to be coming from a nice family. This could be lucrative. And you see, my daughter has to meet with her fencing coach for a weekend retreat, and we are unable. And you see, like, you scan, you see, like, unattended. Nope, definitely not. No unattended minors. And those are the 2 that you basically got.
Okay. So the furniture one and the clothes one? Or?
So you're looking at, there was a traveler who was traveling somewhere, like a tailor moving from place to place with a bunch of furniture.
Yeah.
And then there's miscellaneous goods going up the coast to a trading post, basically. As you're looking over these and mulling them over, Tiana notices you and comes down and goes, hey, like, slaps the table. Hey, the guy, Ramsey? What's the one he gets mad about?
Oh, I don't know. I just always call him or you or hey, bud.
John's buddy. John's buddy says that he has a crate of apples that he wants us to carry. Best not jostle or bruise the apples. Those are heading south. And then there's someone who is actually trying to get us to go to a port to pick up some fine ground herbs and bring them back here.
Where are we going for this rookery job?
We would have to find out.
Yeah. You need to meet with... It looks like there's a gig sometime... Like, they have an initial... They're accepting applicants through the rest of the week, and then at the end of the week, you'll be able to come by and interview for it.
Okay. Would we have time to do some of these jobs in the meantime, or would we have to wait around town?
Well, let's pull up the map.
In the map. So, we are here in Westwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Where would our gigs be?
So the tailor with the furniture is going to be the village at the very, very north end of the coast, sort of on that island separated from the rest.
Like that?
Yep. The apples that should not be jostled are going actually to... you see how, like, just south on the coast of Westwatch, there's a hamlet that's further out, and then there's the hamlet that's on a closer island?
Mm-hmm.
That one, I think.
Yeah, that's where that is. They want you to pick up the fine ground herbs at the hamlet that would be just south of the furniture traveler, or the furniture... What was I going to say? The guy who's moving. And what am I missing? General goods. General goods are going to the village that's sort of almost at the end of the coast.
Almost at the end of the coast, where, like, that village, or the village north?
I gotta wait for this to update for Twitch, because that's how I'm...
You could just watch it live.
Yeah, but then I don't get to see fun comments from our wonderful viewers. The first one that you gestured to.
Okay, so down here.
Yeah. Those are the gigs. And this is a ship that's a lot like the one that you sailed during the previous sailing adventure. So you'd be able to use it to go up and down the coast. That being said, you guys are going to have scrutiny without a port pass.
Well, I say that we just wait around in town a few days. It'll save on ship supplies, and might be a couple other jobs we can pick up in the meantime.
Well, to drop the girl with the furniture off up north, the tailor girl, how long would it take us to go up there?
It
And
really
back.
depends on if the wind is with you or against you. It could take 1 to 2, worst case, 3 days.
Okay. Like there and back?
Yep.
3 days?
But that would
is,
be
of
like...
course, if the wind is with us, it would be maximum 6 days.
No, it's there and back
No.
3 days, right?
No, I mean, like, it'll take you a day to do it. It'll take you 2 days if, like, you lag or take a wrong turn, and then it'll take 3 days if, like, a storm hits and then you're dead wind in the middle of the ocean for a little bit.
All right. Well, that makes it pretty easy on us.
So?
Yeah, because I think even like we could do one of those, like, you know, put in our application, do some of those jobs, come back, like get paid for that, so we're not just sitting around for a week, you know, and then get back to Westwatch for the interviews.
I do
Well, if we were to
like
get around,
not sitting around.
If we were to get a couple other jobs while we were waiting, then when we get up, we get paid double.
But there isn't really any other jobs.
Yeah, these
Not right now, but things can change in a week.
That's true, but
They can change day to day. They can change hour to hour.
But what jobs are we going to get where we don't leave the city? We're a ship. People won't hire us for anything else.
Speak for yourself. I got munitions I can sell. I got
Well, that's not exactly being hired.
I really don't like the idea of staying in Westwatch for a whole week.
Yeah, suit yourself.
Well, let's see what everyone
I can work while the ship's moving, but
I want to see what everyone else.
I just thought maybe you'd like some downtime.
I would not like some downtime.
Yeah.
That's my vote. I vote we do some of those. We put in our application, do some of the smaller jobs, get back to do the interview.
Yeah.
All right. So which jobs are you picking up? I presume you're going to submit an application?
Yes. Going to submit an application, number one. And then, so you said that we'll get scrutiny without a port pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I know what kind of scrutiny we would get? Because we could do the tailor, bring the tailor person up on the way back, stop, pick up the herbs, bring them back to Westwatch.
So, finely ground herbs, that's the kind of thing where you want to have them beneath a different package of something similar. Like usually people literally just dust them on the top of a barrel or something so people don't rifle through. That being said, these aren't packed in a way that you could hide them in the walls of the boat or anything, so you need to get clever, hide them in ceiling panels or something. That being said, this is what you do for a living.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I say we do that. I say we bring that furniture girl up, the girl with the furniture, the tailor girl with the furniture. Bring her up on the way back, pick up the herbs into Westwatch.
Certainly seems doable.
Yeah, no, that like I said, that works for me. I've been told I'm easy going.
So after you fill out the application, Tiana gives you an already sealed envelope just to sort of forward to the rookeries to send to your contact to let them know you're coming, kind of thing.
Okay.
It's a simple errand, only one person needs to go.
Okay. I'll go.
Okay.
All right. So you wander off. Everyone else is back by the boat. Presumably going to go and take care of those jobs. You're just there to fill in the application. You head up to the rookery. You slide it into the bin. You explain, hey, this is for the... And they go, the job? Yep. They look at you. They look at this. They sort of nod. Put things away. They accept. You just mention, I'm submitting this sealed letter on a friend's behalf. They ask for the friend's name. You go, yeah, blah, blah, blah. They... Done.
Okay.
You're out of the rookery and you're on your way back. You're thinking, we got to go and find the person that was moving. And immediately you have an unsteady feeling.
An unsteady feeling about this person?
No, you left the rookery. You're just walking down the street and it's it hit you.
Oh. I look around. Is there anything going on around me that's...
You look around. You're in the middle of the street. There's people moving, walking back and forth. You see someone, it might not occur to you, but suddenly it clicks. There's someone standing at the corner of a few buildings, smoking a cigarette that isn't lit, looking back and forth, checking the time on a little pocket watch. Unlit cigarette, puff, back and forth.
I try to hide myself in the crowd and keep walking. Does it look like he's looking at me?
So you wait until a couple of people walk by, and then you sort of bluster, oh, sorry, to make a bit of a blockage, and you have craft smuggler, right?
Yes.
Want to give it a roll?
Smuggling yourself.
Smuggling myself.
Losing tails is an important one.
10.
All right, so there's a bluster. You move past people, and then you're on the other side of a cart. You pick up the pace really quickly to move alongside of it at a light jog, and then you move down an alley. You're looking over your shoulder, and then you turn, and you just barely see. You don't think they saw you. Someone looking back and forth, trying to find you. You're back on the street a little ways, and by the time you get back to the docks, you can see that this person is a little ways up the street, coming the wrong way. They haven't seen you, but they're trying to find a boat. You can see they have a note or something.
Is there like in between to like an alleyway that I can hop into really quick?
Yeah.
I do that.
You make your way sort of past some trash bins between like a fishery and a warehouse. There's an old wagon nearby, a broken crate. You're kind of just looking from side to side. You see this figure walk. They don't see you. They see this ship. They look at the pier number, and then they sidle back and lean against a building very similar to what you're doing. It's one of those things where like there's a thicker alley behind, and this is really like a gap between a few buildings. You could probably go around and like a C and then flank behind this person.
I do that.
All right.
Yeah, but
You're
I'm
quietly making your way up. You wander around. Are you making a quiet approach, or?
Yeah, are they? Does it look like they're just waiting for me? Like they're waiting for somebody to come along?
It looks like they're like stalking or staking someone out.
Okay, yeah. So what I would like to do is like approach them quietly, and then just all of a sudden be like, "What are you doing here?"
All right,
Really
roll
throw
delicate.
them off. Ooh, that was a terrible roll.
nice.
7.
All right, so you're on your way up there, and you step on a leaf, and it's enough that they like and look towards you. You go, "What are you doing here?" You see a human, and what you now realize are actually kind of nice dark clothes. Like, this is not someone who is just wearing dark clothing, and this isn't a pro who knows to wear the right kind of dark clothes to be dark, like harder to see at night. This is someone who was told, like, be incognito for this. Looks like maybe a rookie kind of agent or something.
Okay.
You then, as this person looks towards you, you see like a Lego Harry cutout in the hair. Very prim and proper, perfectly clean shaven. This person walks up to you and goes, hello, I gets closer to you and goes, I would like to, if you get that job, I would like to make a proposal to your crew.
Okay, what kind of proposal?
And he looks from side to side and he goes, an operation?
Okay. What are the generalities of this operation?
You see him kind of like look under his cloak. You hear the flipping of very, very small pages, like from a leaflet. There's some packages going a place if your new gig works out. And I could use someone in the middle of it all.
Okay, sure. Well, you'll have
to run interference on the down low.
Oh, this is so perfect. Jeez, you described him as having Lego-y like haircut, and that just reminded me of the time that you described Stephen Harper. So this entire time I've just been picturing Stephen Harper doing this, and it's just, oh, it's so perfect. I think this is the most human I've ever seen him.
We've put our application in for the rookery job just now. I know the interviews aren't going to be for another week or so, so you might have to let me know if you're still looking for someone for some help at that time.
Yeah, just send a letter to Officer John Bradley Harper. Fuck! God damn it! Send a letter to Officer Harper with the guard's office.
Okay.
The guard aren't supposed to know, so like send the letter. Don't go to the guard's office. It's goddamn. I'm just gonna go. Bye. And awkwardly, you hear this person like cursing under their breath and then walking with the crowd back up to the rest of town.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, head back to the ship. Let them know that I sent the application in. Ask them if they found anything on the. Let them know about the weird guy with the nice clothes and the weird offer. And then ask them if they found anything about the furniture lady.
So you get up there. You get up there. You see that by now, Jacques is sort of just sitting there on the edge of the ship, on the edge of the dock, sort of on a stool, watching over everything, holding onto a musket. Everyone else is on the ship, so you walk past. You head up. Once you go over the edge of the ship, there's a bit of a lip, and so below the lip, you see Bilgy there, but his head's back to normal and just kind of hushed conversation. As they see you, Bilgy looks at you and goes, "So the narc, huh? What'd the narc say?"
Some offer for... An officer wants us to smuggle something somewhere. Anyway, he wants us to send a letter if we get the rookery job.
I don't like that. I don't like the... Ooh, bad vibes.
Yeah, I know. I was getting bad vibes, too.
I mean, we don't know him any favors. We can just not send the letter.
Yeah.
Sometimes we put a lot of effort into contacting us. And
Rooker looks at everybody and just goes, "I think if law officer wants you to do something illegal, it is because it's a big illegal."
Especially if he doesn't want the other guards to know.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as though the guards around here are especially compliant with rules and regulations.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm less inclined to actually help the guards of this town.
Anyway, forget about that. Have we figured out the other two jobs that we were going to do?
Oh, yes. You said letter, so I think we just need... Just need to go tell this person we're good to do it. They're at 76. Why? Winding? What the fuck does this say? He passes you a shred of paper. This is Winding Way.
Winding Way. Hand it back to him.
Yeah, I can do that. I got away with people.
Okay.
Like the southern language. Well,
What
have
about
fun.
the other one?
Oh, the other one? No, you sent that letter. We're good.
Okay, cool.
Right.
All right.
Hey, Crow, you want to come with?
Yeah, I might as well.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll head out and see if I can find them.
So you guys are looking for this address. You ask people, and you're told to go to a different sector of town. So you move past the docks. You sort of skirt around the edge of town because you don't want to go through the noble district. Too many guards. You end up sort of going very just for a corner through the low district, not even touching it. Then you're back in the merchants district, and then right up against the wall close to the keeps, you see that there's a house, reasonably well built. There's most of your hold in furniture, and there's a lot of it, but this person has clearly made it compact. There's two separate 2-horse wagons full of furniture that are sort of off to the side behind an open garage door.
Okay. Cool.
I'm going to go and knock at the door.
You knock, and there's sort of a clunk, and then a young woman sort of going, "Oh, hi! Are you the movers?"
Yeah.
Or
you the tailor?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if you help with the whole thing or just moving. I'm moving up to the village up the coast. Redding Creek, is that? No, Redding Bay, is that the one?
Look, man, all I know is that I got this address in the ship.
I'll help you load it onto our ship just so, we can space it out in our hull, but we're not typically movers.
Right, I guess we'll you hear muffled that when we come to it. Fuck it, let's go. And just closes the door and goes, let's go. You're driving a wagon just to get there?
She expecting me to drive the wagon?
There's 3 of you here.
Yeah, no, I can take the reins.
I was gonna say she'd better be taking the reins on the other one.
So she gets up on the one wagon, and you're sort of getting onto the other one. And Kroko, you're sitting there, and you get the step, you figure out where it is, you get a good grip, and you're going, hup. It's an unfamiliar wagon, so you don't know it physically. You have to go on around the horses, and that's when you hear a clack, and you hear, "Oh, you're leaving! Oh!" And you look back, and there's like one family member fully out the door, one halfway, one a quarter, and you can clearly see like 6 people, and then everyone starts piling out and going, "Well, you didn't say goodbye. Oh, no, come on, please, no, it's gonna take for. Did you forget to bring your bag? And then a couple of people like going back in, going, are you sure you have all the? Because
I nudge
Grandma's hutch, the red hutch.
I nudge Crowbill. Yeah, if only you could see the dress this woman's wearing. I haven't seen this many flowers since Papa's funeral.
Warble tells me she's very shiny.
Yeah, you can hear the jingling.
Grease, I think.
And then blatant fabrication. The tailor just sort of goes, "I'm really sorry. We have a docking appointment and we have to run. I love you guys so much. I'm going to send you as many letters as I can. We really have to run. Bye. I'm so sorry. Tight schedule." And then
I got to check all the munitions, make sure they don't explode. Let's go.
And you crack, and then like the tailor just like relaxes a whole bunch and goes, Okay.
Family, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes you a little while. It's a long, quiet, like two words, no conversation kind of ride, and then you get back there. You get over there, and you guys are used to having to clear out a bunch of space in your hold, but you're going to have to do more to adequately fill this space. You guys take a second as everyone else goes and starts taking a look at the cargo. You look at the hold, and you've got the couch. There's like a bookcase. There's a chalkboard, a table, and some chairs that you've all had to like shove to the side. You get low and you push this off to the side a little bit more. You have to go and move. You take down a couple of the other hammocks and move them to the side, and there might be enough room. You guys have done this more than a few times. You go to where there's a crane near the docks. You move the wagons backwards physically by hand. You don't get the horses to do it. And then you hook them, you carry them, the big grating on your ship, you open it up and it goes below deck. You grab the next one, carefully bring this one down. That one you have to stop as it's halfway down. You secure some straps, you make sure a chair doesn't fall off, and then it goes down. You're about to put down the hatch, and that same chair is like halfway out. move it. You eventually just take it out entirely and put it next to the furniture. There's a wooden chair, and then you close the grate and seal it up. It is cramped as hell down there. I hope you like being above decks or sleeping.
Great. Well, this is certainly a massive inconvenience. All right. You guys are muted. They are so muted.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Ooh, that ain't good.
Anytime Maya makes any sort of sound, Chelsea mutes it.
I mute it.
I know.
Because she's sitting here going, squeak, 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 squeak. And I'm like, oh, man.
No. It's good. It's just like when I notice every single time that you've done it, and I've just been like, one of these days they're going to forget that they're muted. And it just so happened to be today.
It just so happened. Anyway, okay. Let's get going, guys.
All right, so by now it's getting close to like the late afternoon, but it's not another day of docket fees. So you unmoor yourselves, you untie the ropes, take the gangplank up, stick it where you're used to putting it, and make your way off.
Taylor, right?
Yes.
She's on the boat?
Yep.
Yes.
Just checking.
Okay.
And you guys are back out on the waves. Slowly you watch Westwatch fade away. It's still a big city, just not a big fancy city like it used to be. Even now you can see that there's, at a distance as you get further and further away, there's a couple of docks that have sort of crumbled and not been rebuilt. There's some broken in roofs, shattered like masonry places. But here we are.
Here we are. Let's get a rocking and rolling.
Okay, I got a third one of these. So you guys are in the SS Bilgewater. Tell me about your ship.
The greatest ship ever made.
Well, it don't look like much.
It's got lots of loose boards all over the place.
It has a nice, lovely little compartment where I keep various tools and things to put arrows together and bombs. Workshop would be generous, but it's more like a work table with little storage.
Over the time that we've had it, I've set up multiple different areas to hide things that people won't check.
All right, so as you're unmoored and you're making your way off, you make your way through. None of these boards have been disturbed. The tailor isn't sniffing near the wrong crates and under the wrong cabinets. You get to, you get to the workshop. And it's one of those things where you're standing and there's enough space for you to basically be like desk, dick, body, air, wall. And then if you back up, it's ass, body, space, table. You can still work, but like you've got like a couple of crates and like a china cabinet behind you.
Oh yeah, I'd really prefer this to be not how it was set up, but yeah.
How about Crowquill? How are you doing on the ship here?
Crowquill has not climbed to the crow's nest because that sounds like a terrible thing to do. Climbing a rope ladder while blind does not sound like the best idea. But instead has warbles and just kind of goes, well, you know the drill, and it's just like, let's do some scouting up ahead, and just kind of tells Warbles to explore a little bit.
All right. So Warbles wanders off. Is this you using ritual, or are you using?
I am going to be using ritual to scry on Warbles.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Not the best roll. 15.
15. So you're heading north. The wind is heading like southwesterly, so you can still make it. Your ship is at least able to do that, but you move just a bit more than a square northward.
Okay.
As you're sort of sitting there and you guys are sailing off, you can hear people walking around you, adjusting ropes. You're getting feelings from warbles. You're close to the coast. There's green things. There's trees and stuff. The seabirds aren't aggressive. You haven't passed any big things. There's ships that don't look big enough to go boom. Or at least that's what Warble seems to think. No bad colors. That's what you're getting.
No bad colors. Cool.
So by now it's getting close to like dinner time.
You can tell Warbles to come back. He's done his scouting for the day.
What about the rest of you?
I've mostly just been making sure that all of my munitions are okay. I haven't been crafting, just doing that ritual thing. Making sure all my equipment is in tip-top shape, and nothing's going to explode or otherwise go wrong.
All right. And Jane.
Eating dinner, probably.
All right, so you're sitting there, like, in the galley, just kind of watching as Rutger cooks. At this point, Rutger's kind of awkwardly in the kitchen in his human form. Bilgy is looking a little bit disgruntled. And kind of just... Both of them look off in the distance where, like, sitting in the wooden chair, there's the tailor just reading a book.
Okay. I'm not going to try to make conversation or anything. I'm just going to sit there.
Rutger kind of awkwardly looks over and then very gently just kind of closes the curtain and then goes, ugh, and almost like taking a backpack off. Poof, poof, arm. Rutger goes back to his normal form. He's Ursine, big green robe and a sort of like chef's apron over it. Goes, okay, now I can cook. You know how it is. I don't like being watched by strangers. Okay, so what are we doing today, huh? Sausage, other sausage, sea biscuit, ocean biscuit. What are we feeling?
Man, sausage sounds great.
Ocean biscuit, TM.
Yeah.
TM. Yeah, that makes something. I don't know. Maybe we get cheese when we're at the next village. Do you know if they have good cheese up the coast? What's cheese like here?
Can I do a politics roll on that?
That wouldn't be politics.
I was going to say, this is the provincials, right? Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Would I know the cheese?
There's a lot of... Everybody would argue for their cheese being the best, but the provincials make a nice array of cheeses.
All right. At that moment, I'm going to choose to walk in and just kind of go, well, you know, in the provincial region, a good pairing for a nice wine is a good cheese. And all sorts of wine, all sorts of cheeses, most of them are good.
So you make your way past the furniture. You're going like tip, walking past, and you move like past this curtain and close it behind you. You're talking about cheeses. And then as like you're kind of talking and like there's someone behind a curtain, you hear the tailor quietly creaking closer and closer and closer.
I'm going to move to go back out. And sort of, I'll talk to her.
All right, so you go hunk, hunk, and it's one of those things where you think you were real stealthy, and you just kind of shoot, and it was closed. But for a brief moment, Rutger and the tailor make eye contact. The tailor just goes like, "Oh, I'm cool. I understand. Like I'm not gonna tell anybody. It's all right. I don't have any bad feelings about anybody. It's totally fine."
At that, I'm just kind of going to go, mm-hmm. So why are you moving? just kind of changing like the conversation away.
You hear like the jingling of a collar, like a shaking, and then a fuffing, and then you think you hear like a blade scratching, and then that was fucking awkward.
I'm just gonna guide her back to the table. I'm like, if they choose to come out from behind that curtain, that's their choice.
At this point, Rooker just kind of shrugs. He's sitting there. He's got one hand stabilizing a sausage, the other hand cutting it, another one jostling something on the stove. The other one he moves and just opens up the curtain. Nothing to hide anymore. You're going up to, what was it again? Oh, I'm opening a new shop up in that village. It seems that their tailor died under mysterious circumstances. I gotta be honest, 95% of the chance, I'm sure this guy was murdered, you know?
It happens.
Mysterious circumstances do tend to be like that.
Just hope that maybe they don't like tailors for whatever reason.
So I guess it's almost dinner, and I mean I wouldn't be moving at night. I've never slept on a boat before. Is there room?
No. No, there ain't room.
It's less comfy than a house bed, but...
You remember being a baby and your mama rocking you? It's like if your mama hated you.
Oh, okay.
That's only if the sea is rough. Most of the time, most of the time, it's if your mother mildly despised you.
Rooker takes a couple of ingredients and puts them back in the cabinet and replaces them with other ones, and I go, something more neutral, maybe. So the stomachs. After a little while, you hear like...
Furniture.
Sorry?
Just be sure not to throw up on your furniture.
So as you're saying that, you hear like, what was that about throwing up on furniture? Where the fuck are we going? Are we going later? What are we doing? You hear Jacques from above.
Just kind of going...
Have you not been paying attention this whole time? We've had a whole plan. We figured everything out. Where have you been?
Who are you talking to?
Jacques.
He's upstairs.
Yeah, you can shout.
There's sort of like a muffling, and then from the hatch where sort of like the narrow stairs are to get upstairs, you hear, like, he opens the door and he goes, I said get the fucking out here. It's not that hard. Are we going a little longer? Are we putting up anchor? What's the deal?
I think we made decent time. I could probably put up anchor if we wanted to. Get an early rise in the morning.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, I'm plunking it down. Yeah! And he slams it close. You hear some shouting above, people working. If you want to go back to the map, I don't think we actually moved during that last time chunk.
Nope. We did not
so
move
you
during
should,
the dinner time chunk.
You should be basically hooking around the edge of the island there, just sort of midway. Exactly.
Okay.
There we go.
So you guys lower down the anchor and the ship grinds to a halt. You furl up the sails, you tie them down, everything's ready to go. Skies seem mostly clear and open. The tailor is kind of reading a book below deck, and it becomes too dark to read, and then is kind of just sitting there, clambers up, and is kind of just looking out on the dock. Is on the deck, looks at the deck, looks at the coast, just kind of goes like...
So you want a hammock or a...
What are my options? I didn't know there were options.
Hammock.
Ground.
Hammock or deck.
I guess I'll take a hammock. Can I see? Why don't I go check out the hammocks?
Oh yeah, all right.
She's taking
And
Sun's
yep.
hammock.
Well, these are the hammocks. You're gonna want to pick one that has the fewest stains on it. We don't really have a designated hammock system, but typically you can kind of tell from the smell. I find.
I'll go check them out. She goes back below decks. Right as that happens, you hear a bell, like a ta-dong kind of thing. It's not like a shit bell. It's just sort of Rooker having his own sort of thing. And he goes, I have some shit.
Oh, lay it on us. I come up to where he is.
So you move down the stairs. You move past the furniture. There's no table for eating at because you had to put that up to make room for the furniture. So Rooker just kind of gives you a bowl. He looks around and he goes, good luck. Sausage gumbo.
Warbles is back by now, right?
Sorry?
Warbles is back by now?
Yep, Warbles came back probably a few minutes ago.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to go down to where I keep my stuff. I'm going to grab just a handful of feed, and I'm going to walk over there and put his feed in a bowl and take my sausage gumbo.
So you wander past, and you're about to lean down and get something, and you whack against a table leg.
Phil.
Warbles, why didn't you tell me about the leg? I know you can't see down there, but you really got to tell me about the leg.
Sorry there, friend. I wasn't thinking about the sort of vertical environment.
It's then that you hear a creaking. Let me tell you about the layout of this boat. So basically there's the deck, and then you go up some little stair things, and then there's an upper deck where sort of the helm is. There's the two masts. There's like a foremast, and there's a main mast. In addition to that, like there's the galley, which is one big central location. Jacques and Tiana have a room. Rutger and Bilgy have a room, and normally you guys have 3 hammocks. Otherwise, there's a room, which is where all the cannons and munitions and shit are, which has like a big, like you put all the warnings over it. Like genuinely, you keep your workshop out of there because that's way too much active fire for being around your munitions. And it's that door that you hear creaking open. You know the creak. And you just hear like, what is that?
I'm gonna run up.
Get out of there! I'm running over. Is it the tailor?
Yeah, the tailor's down there, sort of just looking into the room and closes the door and goes, "Oh, and sorry, I didn't touch anything. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just those things can blow up.
Yeah, you want to blow us all sky high? You do it on your own time. All right, get out."
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's fine.
She kind of like shifts and then looks and then kind of goes, I think I actually have to move past you if I want to leave right now.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
out of the way.
Okay, I can't go that way. You guys like file past like almost the length of the ship, and then you come out of another corner, and then she manages to leave and get back to the room.
Awkward.
Damn woman. I'm going in and making sure every single piece of munition we have is in tip-top shape. Nothing is going to explode.
All right, so
all
you go in.
Those are nicely contained.
So you go in, you close the door, you look back, you see the bar is where it should be. The barrels are there, they're all sealed. Plugs are all good. You check an assembly, you vent it a little bit for gas. You look into the main housing, doesn't seem to have been tampered with, but you'd want to talk to Ken and Ye for that. Otherwise, everything seems good.
Okay, I'm getting out. I'm slamming the door shut. Some people.
In all fairness, She didn't know.
Yeah.
So you see from like...
You might not be able to tell, but we have a lot of warnings posted on this here door.
Are there warnings on that door?
Cheer. Hey?
Are there warnings on the door? What are the warnings on the door? I'm curious what Sun thinks is a warning.
Well, there's keep out, there's stay out, there's no fire, no smoking, no shooting. There's don't go in, this means death, and there's a big skull and crossbones that I personally painted over the handle.
It does look a little bit like a frog, but...
So you're...
Artistic talents? I appreciate the criticism.
So you're sitting there looking at it, and you're squinting because it's dark, and the furniture obscures the lantern, so you just genuinely can't read any of these.
Well, okay, maybe she gets a pass on that, but we really need to devise some sort of lock for that place. Is there some sort of, you had child locks, is there some sort of landlubber lock that we could fly to this here hinge? Nope, okay.
Landlubber lock? You mean a lock?
Well, no, like I want a lock that we can get through easily, but like a child or a nitwit tailor wouldn't be able to get through.
The tailor, like in the middle, like right as you're going, I don't know, and the tailor like is behind like a pallet of furniture, eating like stew, going. So what do you do for fun on nights on the ship?
Oh, we play cards. Want to play cards?
Yeah, let's play cards. Let's play some cards.
Time for a card game.
Yeah.
I guess I should go upstairs. Awkwardly moves and shuffles, ducks underneath a table leg, and goes back up the stairs.
Man.
I'm probably gonna follow. I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna try and do something cool here.
Okay.
So you guys all filter out from below. Eventually everybody's out up there and kind of awkwardly sitting in a circle. The air is less close. You're not surrounded by furniture.
This is nice, Just the fresh sea air.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, when are you gonna deal us in?
Oh, right.
You guys spend the night playing cards, killing time.
I was gonna say, Warble helps me cheat a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Warbles flies around and I scry on him to see what everyone else has.
Now, is this a sort of situation where you use scrying to figure out which cards are which, or is this the sort of thing where we have a special deck where you're able to kind of tell by feel which ones are which?
Can I GM it?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Warbles has been like... Warbles basically is like communicating which card is which in a primitive sort of way. Genuinely, Warbles is not smart enough to help you cheat, but like Warbles transparently is telling you what some people's cards are.
Yep, that's what I expect. Like, I imagine him being the one flying around, and it's just kind of like, Rutger has a shiny crown, and it's just like, okay, that can be one of like 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was picturing it more as like you're playing cards and like, okay, which one should I pick? And Warble is like, the middle one looks good. That's a nice looking card.
It's basically like a mix of that.
Basically.
Warbles
so
is not the best.
You spend the night playing some cards. You keep an eye on your passenger, but your passenger seems to have genuinely just opened the door in error and doesn't try anything. The passenger definitely picked the clean hammock after some intense scrutiny. Once night comes, you don't really have to keep watch because you're just so close together here that you know if anyone's awake, and you all get to sleep. As the night goes by, there's a few times that you're woken up as your hammock goes bookcase, china cabinet, bookcase, china cabinet. But eventually the morning comes. There's a really faint drizzle, sort of a little bit of wind.
Okay.
It's dawn and you're awake, but the tailor is still asleep, barely.
Okay, let's get this go on the road.
Yeah. No need to wake down. No need to wake the tailor up. Like, we're fine. Let's just
just let it
get going.
All right, you guys go. You unfurl the sails. You get an eye out for the wind. It looks to be going more like a northwest, more with you this time around.
Okay.
You make really solid progress and swoop around the top of the island up to the village.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, now we should probably wake her up.
It's around dawn when you go to wake her up. She's already midway through waking up, but kind of is ushered through it and goes, oh, we're here. Right. Okay. Yeah, good. I should, And you get to the dock. There's an unattended crane. You guys start getting to work as the tailor goes and gives you your allotted pay. You guys, you're given the lump sum. You know what it'll be when you divvy it up. So everybody gets about 1 gold from this. They're cut. You guys move the crane. You get these big chunks of furniture out. You get the individual wooden chair from below and plonk it down. And the tailor's just kind of sitting there on the docks looking at a bunch of furniture and goes, anyways, I guess thanks.
Yeah.
Good luck. Don't get murdered.
And then just kind of grabs the chair, looks from side to side, and kind of blindly walks into this village.
Oh, she has nothing.
Yeah, she really should have planned ahead a little more.
Well, she's got all her stuff, right?
Well, she has all her stuff, but she has no one to help her move it.
Oh, all right.
Should we help her?
Come on, you two.
I said that wasn't a part of our job.
I know. She seemed nice, though.
All right. Yeah, you stay here with your stuff. We'll find someone to move it for you.
Like,
We're saying that to the tailor?
Yeah, just so she doesn't have to leave all her stuff on the dock, and we'll go in. Like, I'm assuming that there are people who work at the dock whose job it is to move things from point A to point B. Like
No,
I feel like that's pretty common.
This is kind of just the pier. There doesn't seem to be a quartermaster. There's a confused-looking fisherman who's moored nearby who sort of goes, "Oh, are you?" No, never mind. He goes back to his business. The tailor sort of like puts down the chair and comes back and goes, I'm sorry, I couldn't, I don't have any extra, and I actually don't know what the building is, and it's more than what I asked. And
hush, don't even worry about it. All right then. Well, I'm sure someone around here will have a wagon we can borrow. Old town hospitality and such.
All right, you guys spend the morning. You spend about an hour looking for a wagon and find that there actually isn't one that's in working order that's in town right now. Luckily, you're just by the edge of the docks, so you end up having to move a bunch of furniture by hand. You plunk it down, and you don't really have much to do, so you're just sitting by the boat.
I'm not helping them move. I'm not helping them move at all.
Neither is Jacques. He says, "Fuck that shit."
Yeah. I'm helping as much as I can. I got a 4 physical, so.
So Ripker's helping because nobody looks at where he's putting his hands when he moves things. Tiana's helping. Otherwise, Bilgi is staying back with the boat. It takes you guys a chunk of the day. You go through the early morning to the late morning. You stop at noon. And then it's the early afternoon. And by the late afternoon, things are done and you're handed a couple of beers. Which is to say, it's one of those, beer, right. And then, this person asks around and then goes to the market and then gets a couple of bottles and passes them to you, in the middle of the market kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck. Go getting settled in and.
Yeah, and
get murdered.
And And sort of like, she looks from side to side and goes, if you have friends who need to stay here, the tailor in this town can help, okay?
Sounds good. Just don't be masturbating when you come calling. It's happened before.
Okay.
And this is why he needs someone escorting Sun to deal with that.
Listen, Sun solves problems. Sun is here to solve the problem, and one of the problems was he walked in on someone masturbating. So to fix this problem, he's now just warning everybody, hey, don't masturbate when I'm coming over.
Okay, let's head out, I guess. Get the ship
You guys wander back to the ship. Now that you managed to get your one-way job done, you've got a couple of golds in your pocket, all the furniture's out. You go and you try to get things back in order. You pull the couch out, you move things away from the wagon. Now you should be good. You've got a lot of room back down there. You're not going between a bookcase and a cabinet in your sleep. Yeah. And you just need to go south to the hamlet south of here on the southern, southeast south of the south bit to pick up the fine herbs that you should be bringing in.
Fine herbs.
It does look like a frog's butt.
It does look like a frog's butt. All right. Let's get on the water.
All right, you guys unmoor your ship, and you have a lot of difficulty getting out because of the port itself, because of an easterly wind. But once you're actually moving, it's kind of neutral. It helps you and hinders you in equal parts, depending on the angle as you sort of cycle around the island. You make decent headway, and it's getting close to dinner when you moor just off the edge of this hamlet here. There's a small trading post, a couple of farms in the environment, a couple of farms in the environment. And it looks like there's someone who notices you guys, walks up, goes, hey, how's it going? I thought you'd be a little longer, not gonna lie. So you're picking up that shipment?
Yeah, we're here for the herbs.
Yeah. The herbs. Yeah.
All right.
I was saying that word. You think there's going to be an H at the front, but then it ain't? Herbs. You know?
All right.
Maybe you should, why don't you go check on the inside of the ship?
Okay, I can see when I'm not wanted.
All right, so, and the guy wanders over. He, waddles up, sort of dwarf-born, bow-legged, clatters open a big door and goes, so, takes out a couple crates. He goes, it's got, you can see that there's little signs sticking out and it's obviously saffron, frankincense, myrrh. And he goes, okay, so this is the blue orchid. We got some night nurse. And then these are both Duke OG. I think that should be all of it. And usual deal, as always, he passes you an equivalent. You guys divvy it up. It's 2 gold each. And he goes, some from me, some from the guy who picks up. And he looks back to the shed and he goes, real shed hours? Boys in the shed? Up for some shed time before you head off? It's night time.
I'm okay.
I've already been sent back to the ship.
Do you want some shed time?
No. I spent enough time at my workshop, thank you very much.
You're probably happy to get back to your workshop. You can move around and
Oh my god, I've been dying to actually have some space to work here.
So you guys are around dinner time, so for your own safety's sake, you're able to either stay at port or you can unmoor yourselves a little ways away while there's still some daylight. As you guys are walking away, you see the guy set up a bong. He reaches into, it looks like a barrel full of basil, takes something out and puts it in the grinder, and he closes up the garage door. You guys are in the clear. You got 4 barrels, and those barely take up that much space at all. You haul them onto the ship and plonk them down in the middle of everything else in the hold. So, what you doing?
I gotta hide these. I gotta find a way to make these less conspicuous.
I mean, they're barrels. It is a ship. It's kind of their natural habitat.
I know, but what if somebody comes on and wants to see what's inside the barrels? Can I do some craft smuggler?
Yeah, go for it. So you sort of pace back and forth. You're thinking, and then you take like some of the stuff, like your packed fish, your salt pork. You take those out of Rutger's galley. He gives you a bit of a dirty look, going like, "Oh, this again," but he knows that you're working. You move everything sort of up against the back of the ship. You move all the crates against the wall, and then you go salt pork, ocean biscuits, sea biscuits, salt cod, and it's awkward to reach over anything, and it's a little in the dark, and nobody should look too closely.
Perfect. Okay.
Your contact knows how to do good business with you. As you look down, like they all have lids, but you pick them up, they're labeled on top, and it's actually a little bit of spices on top, enough that you can sort of run your fingers through.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So I think this is a nice place to just cap things off. You guys have a bunch of stuff in your hold. You've just done a quick gig, you made a quick bit of cash, and you've got an interview waiting for you for a rookery job back in Westwatch with a shady character who wanted you to talk to him.
Yeah, we'll see if we actually do end up talking to him at all.
Yeah, I want to put him down as shady as much as, like, lightly sun-adverse.
It is so weird going from the last campaign to this one where it's like, well, you guys could dock at the port or a little bit off the port. Doesn't really matter. People aren't going to come looking too close.
I mean, you're not going to die anywhere. Just, you know.
You know.
And then let's not forget how you set the tone for this with just cruising with the bus.
Yeah. I'm ready for some good old-fashioned adventures. So if you guys want to see this, when it's uploaded, it's going to be at youtube.com/Mr. Croden. If you guys want to watch this the next time around, it's going to be twitch.tv/Mr. Croden. You can find the rules to this game, the most recent full rule set at bloodwine.fandom.com. We're just starting out. We're just setting a bit of tone, so hopefully things should start picking up in the next few sessions, and we should start getting a little bit of plot going.
Yeah, fun plot. And
anything coming up on stream?
As for streams, we've got New Vegas on Saturday. And
Classic.
We have Inquisition, which just started this week. So we're going to be continuing the adventures of Biggle in Dragon Age Inquisition on Monday. I'm terrible at naming things. I swear to God, the words that come out of my mouth for names are cursed.
Sounds like a big old mistake there.
That was the joke. So yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.